Hello, and welcome back into the tavern. Take a seat, prep your feet. Class is just about to begin. My name is MVK. Welcome back onto the channel. I appreciate the support and everything y'all have been doing in between. Today, we're going to be doing something a little bit different and a little bit more special and unique. It's going to be an all-inclusive Q&A where any questions that I see in chat, I will answer every single one of them to the best of my ability. Because at the end of the day, you know, what you're trying to accomplish and what you're trying to do is the same thing that I'm trying to do. And that's giving the best possible content creating experience to your audience, wherever that might be, whether that's via YouTube, Twitch, Facebook Live, Kick, or TikTok, whatever it might be. So welcome on in. It's great to see you all. I hope you're having a fantastic Thursday. I just finished getting done with my chiropractor, and every time you get that slight adjustment, and it just feels so good. So I'm having me some late coffee and just kind of relaxing, enjoying the day. But Cosmos and Purple, it's good to see you. Thank you so much for stopping on in. Definitely need the class today so I can work on it hopefully before tonight. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, so Cosmos, like I said, we could just dive on into this. Usually, I like talking to chat in the beginning of these live streams. For those of you watching the VOD, I appreciate it. I always refer everybody to go to the VODs. But if you don't want to watch 2 hours live stream of VOD, I completely understand that. We also have an entire playlist of OBS tips and tricks that you can look into. That is in the playlist, so go check it out. But Cosmos, what do you need help with? And we could just dive on in. Yeah, let me know. I will try to the best of my ability to assist you in any possible way I can, my good friend. Because what you're trying to do is for example, just picture this. You're about to start your stream, and you want to make sure your audience gets the best possible experience out there, right? With little to no issues. I mean, with OBS, you're able to customize your layout, add overlays, tweak your settings to your heart's content. And mainly, this has to do with your PC specs and also your ISP. And ISP is a little bit of a touchy subject for me right now, as I have been going through it for the past almost 3 years of different occurrences happening. So whatever you have, whether it's OBS related or maybe it's streaming related, feel free to ask any of those questions in the chat, and I will get to it, whenever I can. So welcome. And Purple, how are you doing? I hope you're having a wonderful Thursday. Thank you for being here. Oh, yes. Plus, the other thing about OBS is that they're constantly always getting updates and improvements. And I try to always cover those updates and what they entail, because some of them are really good. And it makes it to where you don't have to download 500 different plugins. You can just get 3 of them, because now OBS is starting to implement more, and I still want to see a lot more change with the software, but it definitely come a long way. Well, with the new internet, I need to change the video bitrate. I was running 400, but not sure what I should be now. I'm sorry, your bitrate was at 400 or 4,000? I don't know if that's a typo. Because if you're running your bitrate under 1,000, then that would be the issue. 100%. But let's go ahead and let's dive into this. Let me show you. So that's not the right. What are you doing? Buzz the other OBS class. So let me go ahead and show you. You said that you was having something with your bitrate being 400. Your bitrate should be between 2,000 and above. Honestly. I mean, you could go to 1,500, but let me just double check. This is what you're talking about. So you have settings over here, and then you have your video, and you have your output. And you're talking about video bitrate. You're talking about this right here. And you had this set to 400. But that was because you're on mobile hotspot. But now that you have new internet, okay, Cosmos, I see what you're talking about now. Let's go ahead and dive into this, shall we? So the first thing you need to do is you need to figure out what your upload speed is. Upload speed translates into bitrate, right? So like, let me give you an example real quick. All right. So what I mean by this, right, is here is your good old ISP. All right. This is your internet service provider. And when it comes to streaming, you need to realize that like with the bit rate and everything, like what it needs to be, you have download, right? And then you have upload. The download doesn't matter. The download is for downloading like information. Like it could be downloading programs, softwares, installs, updates, and all that. What we want to focus on is the upload speed right here. Okay. So as soon as you get like what your upload speed, there's many different ways of doing it, but I do recommend there's a software you can get. It's called the Twitch bandwidth test. I would type that in, and when you pull it up, it looks something like this, right? So I would take a look at that, and maybe you know you'll be able to figure out like what you can do with this. Like you'll be able to get your stream key with this. Give me 1 second. I know why it's doing that, you goober. I'm trying to show people things. Why is that not working? Actually, hold the phone. Oh, it won't show it on that. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Okay. Well, I can't make this any bigger and it won't let me zoom in on it, but whatever. But basically what you're wanting to do with this, if I do this now, that's so interesting. There you go. You want to click on get key. Then you have test duration. And then after test duration, what you're going to want to do is set this to the longest of 5 minutes. Make sure that everything on your PC is like, you don't have any applications running in the background. You want to make sure you get the most accurate data. So then you click on 5 minutes, right? Your TCP window size, you can keep that at 64K. That's perfectly fine. Click on the country you're in, right? So you're in North America. I know this because I've talked to you and I've known you for a while. And then you'll scroll down and you would take off like Canada, like, and Mexico and everything else, right? So then you'll get Central, East, and West Coast servers, right? These are servers that are connected like to Twitch, like what's being processed to Twitch. So once you like get your stream key, you post it up in here and you select all of these, you're going to click the start button. And then after that, you're going to get 3 things to show up: bandwidth, RTT, and quality. You want the highest bandwidth, the lowest RTT, which is your latency, your MS, right? And then like latency with milliseconds, yeah. And then you have quality, and that's how, like, you want the quality to be high. So high bandwidth, low latency, and high quality. And you're gonna choose the highest out of all of these. After the test is done, what you're gonna do then is after you choose the highest bandwidth, the lowest RTT, and quality, you can find that server, right? And it'll actually show you like which one's the best. You're gonna like not do, because it can go up to like 10,000. You can't, don't try to do like 10,000. Like you can't. Trust me, it doesn't work. You'll actually like, it'll like not stream on Twitch. It won't allow it. But you're gonna like half that, right? So whatever like bandwidth that is, you're gonna like half that, and then that's what your bit rate's gonna be. So I hope that made sense in some way, shape, or form. If it doesn't, just let me know in chat. But yeah, when it comes to setting your bit rate and everything else up, that's like the best thing to do, honestly, because like what a lot of people end up doing, unfortunately, is they'll end up you know, going to like speedtest.net and everything else. They're not accurate. Like if you go over to google.com and you know you type in like speed test, it like you can literally see, like before I even clicked it, you can go over here, right? And it tells you, you know, to run this test, it'll do X, Y, and Z. So like you run the test and it's going to show like all these different numbers. But after the test is done, it'll show you what server it's connected to. And that's where the kind of the problem lies, is that like Sure, it could show me like all these great things, but at the end of the day, it shows server Washington. You know, like who's to say like that's, you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't think my laptop could handle 10,000. No, I wouldn't. No, don't do 10,000. It was definitely a joke. Oh my god. Also, if you're streaming off of a laptop, there's other things to like, you know, really think about with that. What I mean by this is the specs of your computer when you are streaming, like, does determine like what settings you should have set up in OBS to best accommodate for what you're trying to do and what you're trying to stream. Because the last thing you want, right, is your entire screen is just pixelated and you're getting rendering lag, encoding lag, and like all these different things happening. And you have no idea what you're doing wrong, right? Because at the end of the day, like when it comes to setting up, you know, settings, bitrate, and everything else, it can sort of be a lot, especially like if you're just getting into streaming. And that's the whole purpose why I wanted to set up this class, because, you know, if I was just some random guy that hasn't been doing this for a long time and I just started looking at all these numbers, I'd be like, I have no idea what the hell this is. You know, like this is a lot of things to go over. I mean, you could definitely learn it like easily, you know, if you're a quick learner, but not everybody is, you know? So yeah, I hope that answers your question. I appreciate you stopping on in as well. Also, Purple, I'm doing good, enjoying my day off after being busy yesterday. Purple, that was me today, like the chiropractor appointment, and then doing OBS class today, as well as you know, going to my brother's later on, and then mod meeting, and like, oh yeah, today is packed full. Yeah, very, very, very busy day. So I definitely understand that. So that does make sense. Okay, that's good. I'm glad I could help you out, man. No worries. It is all a-okay, because, you know, honestly, like, the reason why I wanted to do a Q&A is because what I've noticed, like, doing these OBS classes, which, again, I'm sorry that I haven't done this in a while. I definitely would like to get some traction on the channel for these, which requires me to go above and beyond, which I haven't been able to do, and I haven't been in the right mentality because I've been dealing with internet issues. So I do apologize for that, and, you know, with all that's worth. So thank you again. Like, we're actually almost at 700 subscribers, which really means a lot. Whether it is the game review I've been doing with No Man's Sky, the OBS classes, or maybe like YouTube shorts, whatever the case may be, I'm glad that you're a part of the tavern and a part of the Madhouse family. So thank you again for all the support. It means a lot. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alrighty. So, one of the other things that I wanted to go over, if there's any other questions y'all have, again, like, feel free to go through and let me know. Like, it could literally be streaming related, it could be OBS related, it could be a setting, I can't download a plugin, XYZ is happening, because one thing that I definitely recommend everybody to do, and I do this myself, is if you go over here and you see help, you see tools and all this other stuff, you want to go to docs and then stats. What this will pull up is so freaking vital, right? Like, this shows all your stats, your CPU usage, disk space availability, then you have your memory usage, your FPS. You can see clearly, like, when your FPS, frames per second is dropping, if your frames are rendering too much, or you have frames missed because of rendering lag, and then you have skip frames due to encoding lag, which, again, I can explain all of these things, because these things you can change. All of these you can change. The one thing that you cannot change, that it does unfortunately involve your internet, if you see drop frames because of your network, this, my friends, is because of your internet service provider. And this is what I've been dealing with for, again, a very long time, unfortunately. And I've tried to do multiple things to reassess and figure it out, but unfortunately, there hasn't been a lot of things that I've been able to do with that, so yeah, it is quite unfortunate. Yeah. Oh, man. It is good to be back on YouTube, though. Oi. What are you saying oi to? I didn't do it. I didn't do anything. That's wild. That's wild. What are you saying, Purple? Oh, man. Also, what have y'all been doing? What games you been playing and everything else? Let me know, let me know, let me know. Because there is some good games coming on up. I tell you, I remember when OBS first started, like when I first started on it, and like the amount of advancements it's been since it started, it definitely has changed for the better. And like, there's so many more things I want to see, right? Like, I'm happy that they allow plugins and everything else, which came across this one plugin. There's this website that's called obsproject.com. And that's where I get a bunch of my plugins. You can literally go back to my other videos and check it out. And also, if you're watching this VOD or whatever, I want y'all to know that I do stream on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. The link to that is in the description down below if you want to, like, shield bash that follow button. It'd really help me out. But, no, when it comes to plugins, I found this one that looked really interesting. Have you ever watched a stream where they're playing a game, but then like you'll see that the streamer's camera, it like pixelates just like that much. Just it loses quality. And the reason why this happens is because we're not able to increase our bitrate on Twitch any further than what they allow. And I thought it was kind of neat. You know what I mean? I thought it was a very interesting thing, you know? When it came to, like, the fact, like, why it was happening was because they capitalized on bitrate, like, okay, like, this is the best you could do. Yeah, it happened a few times yesterday. So when this happens, right, like you could change a lot of settings in OBS, you know, but there's only so much you could do, right? You can't stream a true 1920 by 1080, 60 FPS, like 1080, 60 FPS. Like people stream on Twitch doing it, but there's no true 1080, 60 FPS because you still see this light pixelation, right? And there are ways around it, and like some creators have figured out different ways of doing it. But I was like going through and I was talking to some of my like, you know, other geeky OBS gurus, right? And there's this plugin that I'm just going to show you real quick because it's really, really neat. And it's an encoder region of interest editor. This was first released March 13th of this year, and it just got updated like in March. Like literally this just happened, right? And basically when I was looking at this, it looks like when you install this plugin, you can choose the areas that you want, you know, to focus on where it won't do that. You know, and it's all because of encoding. It's choosing and configuring per scene, like, and it follows like one scene item, right? And I think that's really cool that you can manually like size and position where you want it to go. So let's say, for example, you're playing Fortnite or Apex Legends, and it's one of these fast-paced shooters. The frames are going so quickly, and with your OBS trying to send all of that video data over to Twitch, the intermittent and the encoding like is kind of like trying to work together to send that out. And then, you know, you look back at your VOD or you look at a clip or, you know, you look at your own stream and you'll notice, like, you'll see that pixelation. And again, those are the reasons. Like, there's only so much you can really do with OBS. But if you wanted to clean your camera up just a little bit, I kind of want to test this one out. It does say that the encoder supports Intel, NVIDIA, AMD, and X264 as well. So, I mean, that's literally all of them. That's Intel, AMD, and NVIDIA, along with 264, which 264 is your CPU. And that means that when you go to your settings, right, on OBS, then what we can do, when you go to your settings right here, you go to your output and your video encoder, whatever you set this to, that's what it means by, oh, we're compatible with this. Which I think is really neat. Like, I think that's a really cool thing. You've been playing Fortnite, Supermarket Simulator, and MLB The Show 24. Oh, hell yeah, nice. All three of those are great. So, like, you know, you have one that's a little bit competitive, then you have a relaxing game like Supermarket Simulator, and then MLB. Like, sounds like a great time. I'm planning to save it for a laptop to do cooking streams to the near future. What kind of laptop do you think would be the best to handle streaming? That's such a loaded question. That's a really loaded question. I wish I could answer it because, like, there's going to be flaws. It's a gaming laptop. You know what I mean? No matter what kind of gaming laptop you get, it's not going to be like, you know, the biggest thing, like, I would say, here, let's look this up. I'll just type in gaming laptop. I'll try to see if I can find something, like, because I don't want to recommend you something like Alienware. I would not do. Alienware is like purely for gaming. Like, I wouldn't do Alienware. I wouldn't go HP. I would not go Dell. I don't recommend that either. Trying to think. Top 5. I'm curious on what this thing's gonna say. Yeah, Acer. This is actually true. MSI. Yeah. I would go with one of these. When it comes to brands, like, Acer's really good. Asus. I can vouch for Asus because I have Asus. I don't know Lenovo that well, but MSI I can definitely vouch for. MSI is really, really damn good. But as far as, like, the best of the best, like, Acer. Like, yeah. I like, Acer's really, really good. As far as, like, which one to get from Acer, that's an entirely different story. Because Acer and MSI, they're both good. I mean, this is when research really comes into play, but regardless, like, I mean, you're going to be paying, like, a pretty penny. It's like, where are you going to be going with this? Are you going to want to go all out or something affordable, right? And that's where, you know, that's where you have to be able to draw the line. You know, you can choose between, like, $1,800 versus, like, $690 and then versus the $900. And the difference between these are going to be specs on their CPU and everything else, right? So, I mean, again, like, yeah, like Posmo said, they have, like, an MSI Raider GE76. I'm actually kind of curious about this. MSI Raider GE76. I want to see this. I want to see the specs. My Geek site's coming out, as it should. Oh, here we go. Intel 10th generation. Ooh. Let me see what you have. Windows 10. Okay. You have Windows 10. That's fine. MSI recommends Windows 11 Pro for bit. Yeah, we don't worry about that. You have a Core. You have an i7. All right. CPU speed 2.2 to 5. Okay. And then you said you had the GE76. So GE76, but which one? Seems like they have different versions. Barely a difference though. Resolution doesn't matter to me. It's the GPU. Yeah, so there's 3080 and then 3070, which is really good, but oh wow, you have DDR6? Damn. Okay, you have an i9? Fair enough. But this one's actually really good. Let me see what else you have. You have a hard disk drive capacity, 1 terabyte, NVMe. Ooh, SSD. That's really good. For a gaming laptop, this is actually... The webcam, I wouldn't use the webcam on the laptop. I mean, you can for starters, but if you're wanting to do like cooking streams and stuff, I would get like a USB hub, but you don't want to do... The thing about it, the unfortunate thing about a laptop is I feel like they're limited on your capability that you're wanting to do. But I think it's good to start off with streaming with a laptop, because then you get an idea of like, is this something I'm doing for fun or am I going to invest in it? So I would say like it would depend on like what your budget is, Purple. It really would. It depends on your budget, you know, and you don't have to openly say that in chat. Like, you could definitely hit me up in a DM or even on Discord and like we could talk about it. But the one I was looking at was what is this, $1,800? Yeah, this is an $1,800 laptop. Oh, I mean, that's Walmart price, but that's a lot. Like, that's definitely not cheap. I mean, if we was to like click on shop now, it doesn't even say the prices. Oh man. Oof. In stock. Interesting. I'm only starting something affordable and something easy to start with. So something affordable. The best affordable I could, let's see. Budget. I'm just curious. Budget, streaming laptop. I would go, you're probably still looking, no, not Dell. I'm trying to see if I can find you something that, because laptops are expensive nowadays. Like, even if you're just getting a laptop just to have a laptop for work and everything, they've gotten really expensive. MSI is not bad. MSI gaming laptop. I could see if I could find something like... Yeah, let me see if I can find something for you. I probably could. MSI's really... Like, I can vouch for MSI. I've had a lot of their products over the years, and I still have it in my PC. But as far as what you're going to be using it for and everything, that's where things get interesting. All right, I want to... shoot. There's so many different series. I'm trying to see, like... All right, you know what? Here's what I'll do. We'll go over to shopping. You're going to be looking like... I want to see if I can find you something. Give me 1 second because it's going to pull up my Amazon and I don't want to show personal data. But I might be able to find you something that's like... Yeah, I might be able to find you something. So what I'm going to do... Here, let's do this. What I'll do real quick for you... Like, because this involves streaming and I don't mind showing you. So I'm going to do price low to high. Right? And then I'm going to choose Acer, Asus, and MSI. I don't recommend HP. I truly don't. Now, granted, 142 bucks. Yeah, you probably think, oh, wow, that's really cheap. But, like, you can't cheap out too much because then you're not going to be able to stream. Like, that's just true, right? Like, and then you're looking at some of these. This is on eBay. I say the lowest that you're probably going to spend. Even if you don't, like, you know, get into streaming that much, because you're probably going to use this laptop when you're traveling, I'm assuming. I'd say you're probably looking at least $400 to $500. I would say like something to be optimal. Even if you were just doing a standard stream, like kind of low end on the settings and everything, I would still say, yeah, I'd probably say like 400. I mean, I know, see, and I feel that's why I hate doing this. Like when people like are like, what would you suggest? This would take me a while. If you want to sit down with me sometime, Purple, we could probably find you something because there's a lot of good deals, right? There's a lot of good deals that you could probably find. So, yeah. $1,300? Oh my. I mean, yeah, no, that's about right. But $1,300, like, for what you're using it for and everything. I see, like, and that's what I never understood, right? Because $1,300, like, you spent for a gaming laptop. But, like, you're looking, like, gaming PC. Like, even a cheap one, right? You spent $1,300 on a gaming laptop. But if you would have, like, saved up a little bit more, like, even something like CyberPower PC, which I don't recommend. I mean, they're okay. That's, like, $1,900, right? It was $500 off. Ooh. Oh, damn. Yeah, well, eesh. Whew, $1,300, but it was $500. That's insane. That'll be good. Sorry for the loaded question. No, Purple, you're absolutely okay. Today is all about Q&A, and it's all streaming related. Whether that's like specs for a PC, a gaming laptop, what camera, webcams, lighting, like it could be OBS settings. It's not just like OBS software today. Today I wanted to branch out and do something a little bit new and also a little bit risky. The reason why I say risky mainly is because when it comes to doing these OBS classes, I do like to focus on the software itself and the plugins and all the other, you know, things you can do with it. But again, I didn't really have anything planned today because I have been like running around like a chicken with its head cut off, doing so many different projects and also trying to take it easy a little bit because a lot of things have been overwhelming me in my own personal life. And that's why I haven't been able to upload YouTube videos as often as I wanted to or create the content that I wanted to. So that's why today I was like, you know, let's sit back, relax, chat it up, and let's go over some things that potentially could help you out, you know? This could even be something as simple as, you know, like, hey, what do you recommend for X, Y, and Z? And here's the thing. What I recommend does not mean it's the end-all, be-all, right? Like, whatever you decide is on you. That's not on me. I can recommend things for you. I can give you my opinion. But that's really all it is. Like, I can tell you products I've used in the past and give you recommendations. I don't mind doing that whatsoever because there's a lot of different products I've used over the years. So whether it's like monitors, keyboards, mouses, stream decks, mixers, cameras, lighting, USB hubs, it could be RAM, anything about your computer. Yeah, it could be any of those. Absolutely. Absolutely. But no, you're good. And the fact that you got that like completely off, Cosmos, is absolutely insane. Like it truly, like, good for you. My God. 500. That's the biggest discount I've ever seen for something like that, you know? That is absolutely insane. Good for you. My goodness gracious, day in the morning. Now, as far as cooking streams, Purple, and also Cosmos, or anybody else in chat, if you have any questions, feel free to say something, and I'll answer it as quickly as possible. But Purple, you was talking about doing, like, cooking streams. Because you said... See, like, the thing about it is I get excited when I want to help someone, but the problem is that it'll end up costing you, like, a decent amount. You know, because when I think of someone streaming, I'm like, okay, they're going in with a business mentality and they're going to invest. And that's not always the case. So I apologize because like my brain's thinking of 10 million things for you. Like I'm thinking of a camera that will follow you, you know, like while you're cooking around in the kitchen. I think that would be kind of versatile to have, and like setting it up, you know, placing it on the wall, and somewhere safe where grease won't pop out or it won't get overheated, you know, like, because when it comes to cooking streams, you have to be aware of like how hot the kitchen gets and then how hot your system's gonna get and where you're gonna put your camera. There's quite a bit that you have to do when setting these things up. But I would love to sit down with you and definitely make that happen for sure. Now, as far as what is it? As far as the initial thing I was talking about goes, I really do want to test this out. I think this looks so cool. Known issues. Quick sync may cause a crash when stopping the encoder. Some internal calculations and the preview are optimized for H.264 16x16 block size. May not display or work correctly for larger ones, which is HEVC and AV1. One of these days, we're going to get AV1. AV1's really good when it comes to like encoder and optimization, and it's way better than 264. I would absolutely love AV1 to like be on. Oh, that would be so nice. That would be absolutely superb. Please and thank you. Make this happen. Oh, yes, yes, indeed. But the fact that like the quick sync may cause a crash when stopping the encoder, that is kind of a big issue, but I still want to kind of try this because I don't see much pixelation in my streams, but that's because the way I have it set up. You know what I mean? Like when it comes to, I wish I had like a paint program that like was so much better. Is there one I could find online real quick? Hold on. I want to see something real quick, chat. I need something to, what is it? Paint tool? Like something that's like, I'm trying to think. What's something like paint? Because so I need an app, but like paint app. I need something to draw on that's better than the paint like app that's like regularly sort of like a sketchbook. Paint Z. What is this? Is this good? Okay, get started. Is this good? Do I like this? I need something to like explain. I like drawing, but like, is this good? Oh, that's nice. Oh, I like this. Oh, okay, that's actually good. Yeah. This is what I want. Yeah, this is perfect actually. So literally what I was talking about, the good old paint program from back in the day. Yeah, no, that one was that one I can't do. I need something like this. Because when I'm explaining things, I like to draw it out, but that's kind of zoomed in. That's kind of garbage. Oh, man. That's kind of unfortunate. That's kind of unfortunate. It's kind of pixelated, too. Well, that is on full... Oh, then you full screen it? What was that, 640 by 8? I'm sorry, what? Resize this, yes. 1920. Excuse you? Excuse? Maintain. Hold on. Scale. 1920 by 1080. Resize. Value must be less or equal to 500. So the 500 is the best it can go up to. Interesting. Oh, that's what I need, actually. Yeah. Oh, I didn't mean to undo. Oh, for the love of... Go back. All right. This is what I want. Okay. Perfect. That works, actually. Excellent. So yeah, this is what I wanted to explain real quick. Is basically like the plugin I was talking about. The cool thing about it is basically like, let's say you're a streamer, right? So here you are, like, you know, you're doing your thing as a streamer, and then you have like this giant game, right? You're going around, you know, it's like a third person shooter, or like you're playing a first person shooter, right? And you have like, you know, whatever, like firearm, whatever, you know, you're just going around doing your thing. The problem that ends up happening is that there are frames, right, within the game and your monitor, and what's happening is all this information is being sent out, like all at once, you know, and Twitch is over here like, oh God, like I don't know what to do with it. And then your little webcam over here, like let's say your webcam is like, I don't know, let's say it's right here. This is streamer, right? This is your streamer, you know, going in, gaming out, whatever. You see his legs. That's a rarity. But yeah, what ends up happening is like you'll see like pixelation and all this noise that starts to pick up. And the cool thing about the app that like we saw, or not the app, but the plugin, right, is that you can choose a region, like 2 different regions to select. You have the center focus of like the game, but also you have your webcam or camera. I kind of want to do this. What's the reviews on it? Absolutely awesome plugin. And as mentioned before, caution, if you crank up too high, everything else will look pretty pixelated. Just fantastic. This plugin is great for squeezing extra quality out of your stream where it counts. Be careful though, you can also easily overtune and ruin the quality of your stream or recording. I don't know if I would use this, like, because it looks like when it comes to priority and everything, you could do too much of this and you would lose quality and then more pixelation. So if you don't know what you're doing, it could actually decrease your quality. Yeah. That is interesting. I kind of want to play around with this to see like what it would do one day, like on stream. I wouldn't be able to do it on YouTube, but I might be able to do it. I'll be able to do it on another day. I want to save this though. Can I save this? Am I able to like, I want to like save this where I can use this app whenever I want, because this is actually really cool. I like this. Dark. Ooh, dark thing. Save. Oh, that's nice. But yeah, that's basically what I was explaining. Let me know if y'all have any questions in chat at all, and I'll definitely make sure to answer them, because I don't mind whatsoever. There's definitely a lot when it comes to learning about OBS and when it comes to streaming. So, you know, again, it could be keyboards, webcams, cameras. Just let me know. And thank you again for being here. I appreciate it. Yeah, good old MS Paint. Oh my god, it's so terrible though. It's so bad, Cosmos. I tell you what. Alrighty. So what I'm gonna do for this OBS class is we've gone over a lot of different things like scenes and adding sources, audio mixer, scene transitions, everything with settings. We've gone through OBS plugins, advanced OBS plugins. There is one thing that I wanted to mention, if you didn't already know this. On OBS, if you by chance are having internet issues, it's not going to fix it. Like if it's an ISP issue, it's ISP, but there is a setting that you can go to when you go to settings and advanced, and you can actually bind to an IP, right? So like out of all your IPs, I don't want to show mine. Okay, I don't want to dox myself, but like, you know, you can click the drop down. You'll see like Ethernet and you'll see wireless and all these different things show up. And the way you can get your IP and everything is quite literally just type in CMD command prompt, and then all you got to do is type in like ipconfig. Again, I'm not going to type mine in because I don't feel like doxing myself on the internet, but yeah, it's that simple. You can literally find your gateway and everything else, and once you do that, to make sure that you have like the most optimized, like it's choosing that IP with your OBS, you could bind it. Some people have told me like have had issues doing this, and then others telling me that it actually worked out better and it fixed all their issues. So if you are having any problems with that, then it might be a solution, as well as, you know, enabling network optimization as well, which that's always a good thing to do. So yeah. Learn something new every day. It's not a waste of a day. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. That's how we do it in the tavern. Can't confirm. Ooh. It's so good. It's so nice. Now, one thing that I'm looking into, though, is... oh, wait. Give me 1 second. Need to reply. Let's see this. Alrighty. So one thing that we're going to end up doing is I want to look up, there's this like new kind of OBS. What was it called? I don't think it's like publicly released. Let me see. I think it was called Mend OBS. Is that what it was called? There's a new OBS software that's out. Or it's not OBS, but it's a type of OBS. OBS platforms. Curious. Combat is going to get the kids down for a nap, and I'm going to jump onto the computer and onto my OBS. Hey, no worries, Cosmos. Do what you got to do, man. Absolutely. I completely understand. Absolutely. It's not Restream. There's this new one like they're working on. I don't think it's publicly released yet. I was going to get it just to like test it out, but it did look kind of neat with multi-streaming and everything, which I've thought about doing multi-streaming, but I don't know. There's a lot that goes into it, and when it comes to it being beneficial, I don't know if it is actually beneficial. So I've thought about it, but we'll see. We'll see. At the end of the day, you know, the best thing that I can do is just try to figure out solutions for things. And also, again, if you like anything whatsoever about this video, feel free to like, share, subscribe, and everything in between. I would really appreciate it, as I am trying my best to get back into doing these OBS classes and doing them every other Thursday. So not this upcoming Thursday, but May 9th will be the next OBS class that we'll be doing. I will be more prepped and ready to rock and roll. I do apologize that I didn't have everything prepped beforehand, but I will definitely make sure that it'll all be scheduled on the upcoming video. And if there's anything that you would like to see in these classes, feel free to annotate it. Let me know in the comments down below. It's the best way for me to know like what to prep for the upcoming videos, because at the end of the day, I love teaching OBS. I really do like how I do this on the channel. I know there's so many other YouTube channels out there, but I feel like the way I explain it and go a little bit in depth, it kind of makes a little bit more sense at the end of the day. So, like, you know, and that's what I want. I just want the best experience, you know, where you learn, I learn, we learn content creating together, and we're all on the journey together. So that's what I want. Yeah. Let's see here. Scene collection. Telling my coworker about your OBS classes because he is new to computer and streaming OBS. Oh, I appreciate that, Cosmos. And like, that's the other thing, is that I tell people all the time, they're like, oh man, like, I can't wait to stop by your OBS class. And I don't know if like notifications don't go out or what it is, because I'll go into the Discord, I'll go to like all the other social media platforms, and I'll post it in there. But yeah. Hold on, let me see something. There we go. Wait, what? Nani? Does this link work? Hold on, I might have messed up, chat. No, the link works. Okay, never mind. I was completely wrong. Because someone just commented that they missed the OBS class. Nani? Omae wa shinderu. Interesting, interesting. Excellent. Good. There we go. Hell yeah. Also, that's really cool that you got that your friend's streaming on computer now, Cosmos. Thank you again for sharing that. Sharing is caring when it comes to this industry and like everything we do. So thank you. I appreciate that very much, my friend. Yeah, and if there's any like thing like Purple, Cosmos, or anybody else that's might be in chat, I do appreciate you stopping on by. Like I said, this is a complete Q&A, chatting, chilling, vibing, kind of OBS class stream. So if you got anything, let me know and I'll try my best to answer it. Or if you know something where you think that I potentially might not know something about OBS, feel free to like teach me something, because I don't know everything about it. I don't know everything about content creating, nor do I claim to. And I always love to learn something new. You know, it's one of the things that I think's nice about learning anything. You know what I mean? Oh. No, but I do appreciate that, Cosmos. That's very kind of you. Very, very kind of you. I'm trying to think on what is it? Someone was telling me the other day. Someone was explaining to me how they were having an issue where it was something to do with their like their video, and they were saying like they was having problems with the frames dropping and everything. And I'll go through that a little bit, you know. And again, feel free to interrupt me in chat. Like if you have any questions or anything about OBS, like I'll stop what I'm doing and I'll immediately answer. But for the time being, I want to show you something. I'm going to go through this like stat thing that you see right here that you can pull up through docs. If you ever see your FPS drop, what you can do to fix this is you can go over to your video and you can just change your FPS value. Like you can change that, and like that will be your frames per second. If it ends up being your rendering lag, then you can change your downscale filter and output resolution. If it's encoding lag, that is entirely different. Encoding lag means this right here. So like there's 264 and then there's hardware, and this will answer your question. What is a good encoder preset to be at? Eesh. That all depends on your system. There's a lot of, okay, hold on. Let me turn off my camera so I can show you like all the things about this, right? There's a lot of YouTube like videos out there, and they're all saying the same thing every single video. This is the best like stream settings of 2024. Totally not clickbait whatsoever. Please click on my video, like and subscribe. Those videos that say like this is the best stream settings is such BS, and they're just milking the system. And then you have people like me that don't mind sitting back, relaxing, and actually having like telling you like what works and what doesn't. But no, like they have all the fanciness and everything else. Yeah, no. When it comes to a good encoder preset, again, that depends on your specs. So if you tell me what your specs are, Cosmos, I can probably help you and guide you. And then after that, it's just trial and error. Yo, Insanity, welcome on in. How you doing, brother? Good to see you. How goes it? You know, just talking some OBS guru. We're doing Q&As today, where if you ask a question about, it could be OBS related, streaming, camera, lighting, keyboards, anything that involves streaming or content creating, and I'm just answering it. It could literally even be like Twitch stuff in general, but I'm trying to pertain it more towards OBS because this is our OBS class that we stream from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. every other Thursday. How are you doing, brother? Good to see you. As far as it goes with encoder preset though, Cosmos, I need to know a little bit more info if you don't mind telling me. The first thing I would definitely recommend is output mode. I would switch this over to advanced. All right. You're probably thinking like, okay, why would I do that? Like, I don't know anything about OBS. Like, let's say you don't, which is fine. That's why simple mode is there. I always say to go to advanced because it, believe it or not, it just looks better. Like, look how hectic, like it says this is simple, right? But look at all the things that I have to like go through. You know what I mean? Like it, to me, my brain doesn't find this to be simple whatsoever. So I always go advanced. You know, advanced, I can change my recording settings, my audio, and then like, you know, if you wanted to use replay buffer as well. So yeah. No, not advanced. Pro gamer, welcome on in. How we feeling? How we doing? What do you mean not advanced? Advanced is for recording. It's also for streaming, my friend. You can use it's right here. You can use it for audio, like yeah. I use advanced all the time when I'm streaming. Simple. That's I mean that's not correct, but yeah, I appreciate it. Like advanced, like I'm telling you that you can use the output mode is simple for simple users and everything. But if you don't want to agree with me, I mean that's also okay. You know. No. I'm telling you, like that's how I've been doing this for a while. Just saying. So yeah. If you don't agree with it, that's perfectly fine. But I've been doing this for a long time, and I'm telling you right now that that's how it works, boss. But the OBS tech told me directly. Well, they lied to you, so I'm sorry they lied to you. But I can teach you. I'm more than welcome to do that. Basketball girl, welcome on in. How are you doing? So, Cosmos, you have a 12 Gen Intel. Oh, you have an i9 processor. 3060 graphics. Okay, nothing wrong with that. 30 series still works. 6 gigabyte Intel Wi-Fi. Okay. The biggest thing is definitely your CPU and your graphics. I was talking directly to the OBD. No. All right. This is for OBS, which stands for Open Broadcasting Software, my friend. But sure, the OBD. Got it. Thank you. I'm good. Resting up for basketball practice tonight. Oh, hell yeah. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. I bet you're excited. All right, Cosmos. Let's talk about this. All right. So literally, you can use simple or advanced. Like, they both do the same. Look at this. Video bitrate, audio bitrate, video encoder, encoder preset, right? Guess what? You go over to advanced. The only difference is that you don't see audio bitrate because now it's over here where I can control each individual track. There's the difference. There you go. I can still do audio encoder, your video encoder, rescale output. I can do CBR, which is constant bitrate, ABR for available bitrate, VBR for variable bitrate, and so on and so forth. Sorry if I had a typo. It's okay. I too have had OBS installed, both PCs. Okay. That's nice, but I'm telling you right now. What's your name? Arians pro gamer. Yeah, no, like advanced, like you can do that. Like you can literally have the output mode doesn't matter. I'm telling you right now. Like, look at this. Look at this. I'm gonna show you something. For teaching purposes, video bitrate, audio bitrate, encoder, software 264, hardware, advanced. If I go to streaming, video encoder 264, hardware. It's the exact same thing. The exact same thing. So, yeah. But if that's the only reason you're in here and you're just wanting to do all that, then you can kindly leave the chat because I don't need that. So, take care. Adios.
No.
Bon voyage! Purple, I swear, I'm gonna need like YouTube mods. You're like my first ever troll. Oh my god, oh, I'm so excited. Genuinely excited. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Oh, where is it at? I gotta figure out this YouTube streaming, man. Oh, well, we'll get around to it. But Cosmos, let me answer your question. So if you go over to advanced or simple, this is how you do it, right? So basically, based off of your specs, I'm telling you this based off of specs, right? So 264 is your CPU. And then you have your hardware, which is going to be your GPU. Now, when it comes to like what you should preset your video encoder to be, then that all depends. Is your CPU better than your GPU? Like you was telling me your GPU is the 3060 series GeForce RTX, which isn't that bad at all, right? But because you're doing it off of a gaming laptop, and you know, depending on if you're gaming and streaming, or if you're just streaming and doing just chatting, then that kind of like defers like what you're going to be doing. But because it's on a laptop, that one's kind of hard, if I'm being honest, because, you know, like you're still running like granted, Intel is fantastic, you know, i9, like absolutely fantastic. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But I would say like start off like this is where trial and error comes in when it comes to streaming and content creating in general. I would start like I would use your hardware, right? So for me, my video encoder would be an AMD. You know, yours would be NVIDIA 264, right? Start off with trying that, and if you have any skip frames due to encoding lag, then I would switch over to your CPU. So if you're not having any issues, then that's what I would do, right? Like I would start off with your GPU, and then if you're still having problems, switch it over to this. As far as your bitrate goes, I already explained the Twitch bandwidth test. It'll get you like more accurate data because you're streaming directly to Twitch. Unfortunately, the Twitch test beta bandwidth test is only for Twitch. So if you're trying to figure out what you should set your bitrate to when it comes to streaming on YouTube or other platforms, I can't tell you. Because when it comes to like all these speed test like websites, they basically choose a server that's closest to you. And that's not always accurate when it comes to streaming, unfortunately. So I can't tell you what your bitrate should be because I don't know your internet upload, right? Your true upload speed that is roughly staying consistent. Because what you do with your upload is like you're halving it, right? Whatever your upload is that it's like averages out to be, you half that, and then that's what your bitrate's going to be. Because if you look at this, it says kilobytes per second, right? And when you're looking at your upload, you know, like everyone's like, oh, I got 40 megabytes per second. So it's doing the math. 9 times out of 10, I would not go below the bitrate of like 2000. Things get a little bit more pixelated. I know I've been saying bitrate a lot this whole time. Literally, it's just information that's being spread over. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Take care, pro gamer. It's not, you wasn't trying to state an opinion. I shouldn't be feeding into this, but I will. You're not trying to state an opinion, right? You're trying to state a fact that advanced is for recording and not for streaming. And simple mode's for streaming. I'm telling you right now, I've been doing this for almost 5 years. And I'm telling you that output mode does not matter if you're streaming or recording. They both do the same thing. Thank you and have a good day. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it. Alrighty, let's keep on rocking and rolling. Thank you. You're very welcome, Cosmos. The other thing is like keyframe intervals, and this one I'm gonna have to explain. I'm gonna have to like dive in a little bit more. If you're setting up a keyframe interval, again, like I basically already did a graph of this, but imagine like each of these grids, right, is your monitor. Like here's your game of your FPS guy, and then here's your little webcam. Keyframe interval is it trying to like, it usually says, oh, set this to 0, so it automatically captures each keyframe. So each one of these boxes right here, these are all like, it's trying to capture each one of these, right? So 0 means that it's trying to capture all of it, right? And it's trying to go through each individual one to get the best quality, right? Well, the one thing I've noticed and have like done multiple trials and error of is I've set this up to 2, and I wouldn't recommend going above 2 because then things do get a little bit choppy. But this is also based off of your specs as well. So like what PC you have, gaming laptop, and everything in between. So if you, like I said, start off with 0, OBS is trial and error. If someone comes in and tries to tell you, hey, this is the best settings, this is what you need to do, and they're not basing it off of your computer or your internet or anything that you have, then that makes no sense. It's not worth my time arguing, but I can prove it if you wish. No, you can't. I'm telling you, I've literally, I'm streaming right now. Look, I can't believe I'm doing this. Welcome to Inception, everyone. I'm literally streaming right now on YouTube. I want you to explain to me. I want you to explain to me. No. How the hell I'm doing this. But I'm doing it in advanced mode. Again, I'm done feeding into it. Please exit. Thank you very much. And then you changed, okay. Then you changed your name. Jesus, man. Wow, trolls are really fucking like wild today. Real Wills, welcome on in. Welcome to Streamception. Prissy, welcome on in. How we feeling? How we doing? Good to see you. Welcome to our OBS class Q&A. That's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Yeah. Give me 1 second, y'all. I gotta do this real quick. Yeah. How you doing, Real Wills? Sorry, I gotta handle something real quick. Absolute. This is... Oh, that's so funny. That is so funny. There we go. Report. Yes. Excellent. Well, that took care of that. And then do this. Sorry, everybody. Just taking care of something real quick. I'm here for the lurk and all the love. Hey, Real Wills, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Prissy, how are you doing? We're doing a special Q&A stream where I am answering any and all questions you have about OBS. It could be about keyboards, it could be about camera, lighting, and everything in between. We're going to be doing this until 4 p.m. today, so we still have some time. If you have any questions, let me know. I was just answering what Cosmos was needing help with, and basically he was just needing help with some of like the fine-tuning of like figuring it out. Again, like it's all trial and error, but I can definitely do it. Yeah, it's all good. I try not to feed into it. I try to educate, but then, like, you know, when it comes down to it, there's only so much you could do. The plus side, wait, what happened? Taking the day off, had some VA appointments. Oh, man, I hope they went really well for you, Real Wills. Truly, I do. Plus side of semi-retired life. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. Mine's like, I'm the same way, Real Wills. Like, you know, me working full-time, like, being a creator and everything. Yeah, I definitely understand that for sure, for sure. Thank you again for stopping on in. So yeah, if you have any questions about like your settings, it could be, again, this does not have to be just OBS. This could be plugins. This could be anything that you have in mind. Let me know in chat. I'll be more than happy to, you know, assist you any way I can. Thank you again for being here. My mic.
No, 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 no.
It's perfectly fine. I know what I'm doing. I'm pretty sure it's not Thursday, y'all. It's actually a Monday. That's what it is. Yeah. It's been a day. And I still have a lot to do today, but I'm getting through. I'm getting through. Yeah, it's okay. Also, wait, I have a question. Thank you for letting me know. That's one thing that like sucks is like when no one says anything and then like you just go on for hours and hours. Thank you. I have a question. What's up? Won't be covered in OBS. It's about the Stream Deck Mobile. Yeah, sure. Anything involving streaming related. Yeah. What about the Stream Deck Mobile? What's up? What would you like to learn about the Stream Deck Mobile? And maybe I can help you out. I'll try my best. Are you wanting to know like how like the Elgato Stream Deck can connect to your phone, tablet, and everything in between? Is that what it is? Is that what we're talking about? Because I mean, we could talk about it, and then I could show you. I could show you the things. There's literally a website for it and everything. It's instant control at your fingertips to, like, let's say you don't want to buy a Stream Deck. Let's say that you spend a whole bunch of money and you're like, Elgato, I love your products, but I've already spent like, I don't know, $1,000 on an iPad or tablet. And you're thinking to yourself, well, man, I would love a Stream Deck, but oh God, man, it just costs so much. What do I do? Well, I can actually I could pull this up for you. Watch this. Watch this. This is gonna be so cool. I highly recommend these, by the way, because I've tested it out. I'm thinking about doing a video on it because I think it's a really, really solid idea. So this right here is the Stream Deck Mobile. You can literally like go to Elgato and like you can just type in Stream Deck Mobile through search, you know, whatever your search engine is. And basically, like, I can do, you know, a lot with it when it comes to streaming. What I think is really cool is, like, you can see over here how this volume slider is, like, horizontal. You can have it horizontal or vertical. And you can do the same layout, right? This could be changing songs. This could be changing scenes, and everything else in between. So, I mean, you can literally control like anything you want, you know? Like you could use this. What a lot of people don't realize is that Stream Decks can be used for meetings. Like it's not just for streaming. It is called a Stream Deck, but you can literally control your entire setup. Like, you know, Zoom meetings, end call, you can assign buttons to do whatever you want. And it can also immediately like make your life a lot easier, you know, as you can see on here. Like this guy right here, he's literally like ending a call in a Zoom meeting. You can control your lights and everything, and he's doing it off of a via tablet, which that is alone like pretty incredible. You know, it's technology was made to make our lives easier, not harder. You know, like between your stream conversations, like look at this. So what they did was they set up their Elgato like mobile Stream Deck mobile to be able to mute their headphones, turn up and down the volume like in Discord. It's basically its own mixer, you know, essentially. I mean, you could, again, I control my lighting. Like if I could press this button, it'll turn on my Elgato key light. You know what I mean? Elgato, if you see this video, I'm just saying, like, I use a lot of your products. I love you, Elgato. One of these days, that would be kind of cool. But yeah, the Elgato like Stream Deck mobile app, you can control a lot of things. Like this right here is showing the Elgato Wave Link app. And this one, you could like hear things on stream, or you cannot hear anything on stream. Let's say you're playing copyright-free music on stream, but you want to listen to your copyrighted music while you're streaming. You could do that like literally within the app. And then the last but not least, you could do this with editing. Like if you're editing videos, you could set up stream buttons. Like, you know those shortcuts on your editing software, like DaVinci Resolve, CapCut, and all these other ones? You can, instead of like remembering the function keys, because I can't remember them, you can quite literally assign the keys on there and then press the button. And this can make editing, it can cut down so many hours of work that you're trying to accomplish when it comes to editing YouTube videos, YouTube shorts, and everything in between. I downloaded the app on both my desktop and phone. Okay, what's up? I know there's a website. It's all confusing. How do you set it up? As in, like, getting the app to see and read your overlays? So you're asking... So you have the app installed on your phone and desktop, and you have them connected on, like, obviously on the same network, because that's how, like, I feel like, yeah, every Elgato product works, you know, especially with the key lights. If you're wondering how to set it up with your overlays, are you talking about how to mute your overlays and everything else? Like, you'll have to give me an example. Yeah, that's what you're talking about? Interesting. Now, okay, I think I know what you're talking about. Would you, shoot. Okay. So what I'll do, Prissy, what I'll do is I'll make a YouTube video. I'll put in OBS tips and tricks. For those of y'all that have been supporting the channel, thank you again. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a folder. I'm going to create an entirely, like, I'm still going to be doing OBS classes live stream because I like to do Q&As like this, and also teach you like the latest and greatest like plugins so your content creating experience can be best for you, easy for you, and amazing for your audience, and give you the best experience. What I plan on doing is doing basic OBS and then advanced things, and I'm going to make like really short videos, like 15 to 17 minutes. And what I plan on doing with that content is updating it. It needs to be updated. I have very old videos on this channel, and I'm going to set an entire day aside to record all the videos, then set another day to edit all the videos, and I'll have it uploaded on the channel. I'll try to do that this weekend. When it comes to the Elgato Stream Deck Mobile, I've not used it myself. I do have friends that have used it. They've said a lot of good things about it, but I can show you the same thing because from what I've seen from the website, it works just like an actual Stream Deck. The only difference is you're using it on your phone or tablet. Also, Iced, welcome on in. How we feeling? How we doing? Good to see you. I got the Stream Deck Plus over the XL for the dials. I really want to get I want that so bad. I thought about putting it on my throne, honestly. That one looks really good. Yeah. And you've done it with volume controller, color correction, and DaVinci. See, I would use DaVinci, but unfortunately, for some reason, DaVinci doesn't work with my AMD graphics card. And I've tried to reach out for support, and they told me that they do not have it fixed yet. Because I have like one of the latest models of the AMD GPU. So yeah. Should be an option on your tablet and phone. Yeah, let me show you something, Prissy. I might be able to help you. So I'm gonna show you like my Stream Deck because it functions basically the same way when you're adding apps and everything else. So let me show you on my monitor, right? So this is like my OBS, this is my Stream Deck for YouTube, not my Twitch. But basically on your mobile, you're going to have like these empty blocks. And then let me get rid of my camera. On the right hand side, you're going to have like all these different things, right? Show up. And then you're going to you're going to have to go to like their store, and then you're going to have to get these, right? So let's say if I wanted to be able to do something in OBS, right? So I have my Stream Deck or Stream Deck Mobile. It's all connected through OBS, right? And you're saying that you're wanting to have it where it can literally mute your overlays, mute alerts, and also turn off overlays at a press of a button. And all of that can literally be done just like that. And I can show you it's easy, it's simple, and it's accessible to any of their software. So what you got to do and what you have to realize is that in OBS, when you have any overlay, it is considered a source, right? So in order to make it appear and disappear, I'm going to use an example real quick. Let's say that the source that I'm going to use for this example, I'm going to use my webcam, okay? Because it's the exact same thing. So let's say Elgato Facecam, all right? So I'm going to click on Elgato Facecam, and I'm going to use default device. Not mute, but change the scenes. Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, no, I can show you that too. So let's say this scene is my just chatting. Let's rename this. So this scene's going to be my just chatting. I got you. No worries. So I'll add another scene, and we'll call this my BRB, right? So you're wanting to change the scenes, right? By pressing a button, okay? So the way I'm going to do this is, number one, the first thing you're going to have to do is go over, and there should be a drop down for OBS, right? And then when you click on the drop down, you're going to see all these things show up for it. Well, you're going to click and drag scene over to a block. Then I'm going to do the same thing. I can actually duplicate or copy and paste this over to another block. And this is going to connect to your OBS, okay? And that's one of the first things that you need to do is click on your settings and make sure that it's connected. Because if it's not connected, then you're not going to be able to do this. If you go over to profiles, this is different profiles you have, and then you have accounts, right? And then you have your plugins that you have. So make sure that OBS is indeed connected to this. And the reason this matters is because if it's not, then you're not going to be able to operate it. There's no OBS on the mobile. That's why I'm confused. Is there... Interesting. So what I'm going to say, Prissy, would you mind waiting? You might have to redownload the plugin. I have not used it yet, so I don't feel comfortable trying to explain something that I've never used before. So if you want, I'll make a video on the Stream mobile app for, whether you're using it on mobile, your tablet, or whatever the case may be. I'll play around with it, and then I'll make a YouTube video on it, and then I'll release it on the channel. And then, you know, if you still have questions afterwards, after I make the video on our next OBS live class that I do, then I can show you how to implement whatever you need to do, and I'll more than happily do that. Yeah, that's honestly the best I could do right now. But, like, from what I see from the website, if I can pull it up real quick, it does look a little bit different. Because I do notice, like, on the app, like, if you're using your mobile, it has a settings tab, and then it has this other icon. And I don't want to assume anything, like, when it comes to Elgato. Like, I'm going to see if I can actually pull this up on my phone. Because maybe I might, again, like, I might be able to do this right now. So, what is this? Stream Deck Mobile. And this is also for Android or Apple. So, like, I'm literally installing it right now. Boom, it's already installed. Okay, open. So as soon as you open it, you're going to see, like, you know, all this stuff like convert your mobile device into a Elgato Stream Deck. You do have to pay for it. That's the only thing. So, like, you know, $2.99 per month, $24.99 a year. It says you can save 30%, whatever the case may be. Let me make a video on this, and I'll subscribe to it for 1 month. And then afterwards, again, I'll try to answer any questions you have. Yeah. I'm sorry I couldn't answer right now, though, Prissy. But I'm more than able and more than welcome to help you with any support that you do have. I should put it on my throne? Are you talking about the controller? I've thought about it, but, like, I don't know. Like, if you're wondering what me and Real Wills are talking about, there is this controller that you can get from Elgato that has multiple knobs on it. And, like, it would be kind of neat to have this, but, like, I'm trying to figure out what I would use this for. That's why I don't know if I want to put it on the throne. Because, like, you can see in the live example over here, I can control my mic volume. I can control, like, what I hear from stream, what I can hear through my headphones. But it's not only that, because if you look at the picture, you can customize this where you can zoom in, you can tilt your camera, you can adjust brightness. You can actually set these knobs up to do anything. And I feel like if I was to get this, I would probably use this for editing videos, or I don't know. I mean, when I get something for stream, I definitely try to utilize it to the best of my ability. So I always go all out, you know. So I don't want someone to spend, like, what is it, $200 to get me this if I don't know exactly what I would utilize this for, because I want to be able to, you know, I want to be able to use it to the fullest degree. Anything that I have right now, I already have 2 Stream Decks, right? Granted, I think I know potentially what I would use it for, because one of my Stream Decks, I can actually show you real quick. I have the regular Stream Deck and I have the XL, right? So this one right here, the regular Stream Deck, I use this one to control the volumes on sources that I can't control on my mixer board. So I have one for Opera, which is my internet browser. I have one for Stream Deck playlist, Spotify, and there's some games that I actually can't control through my mixer because it's not compatible with the encoder and API. So I might be able to use this to control those, but the way I have it set up, I don't know if it would be like something that I could utilize to the fullest extent. So again, like, that's something I would have to think about. You know what I mean? And again, if anybody else has any questions, feel free to say it in chat. I'm more than willing and able to help you. Or if you know something about OBS that I don't know, then hey, I'm all about learning. It is odd though. I have mobile on my iPad and my phone. It is interesting. BRB, kiddos need something? Hey, no worries, Real. Do what you gotta do. It's all good. Please, MVK, no worries. Okay, I got you. Yeah, I'll try and see if I can definitely make a video on that because, and definitely tag Ogata for it. My hope for the future is that we get back on a good schedule when it comes to doing OBS classes. The future of the YouTube channel, I kind of want to talk about that. Again, if you're watching the VOD, I appreciate it. Feel free to like, share, subscribe. It really does help out a lot. And comment down below what you would like to learn. Because when you ask from, you know, a certain video or something, like Prissy was asking about the Stream Deck mobile app. So I get to learn something new that I potentially might be able to use in the future. So we're all learning in our content creating journey together, which is a phenomenal thing. And I also do stream on Twitch. You can find me. The link to that is in the description down below. I stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays at 6 p.m. US East Standard Time. So feel free to hop on over to there. There's a lot of craziness that happens on streams. We definitely have a lot of fun. It works better than Beacon version for controlling volumes. And that's the thing, is that Beacon has their own style for the controller. So I don't know if I would use Elgato's. I mean, I probably would because I have a lot of the Elgato products and it'd be easier to be compatible with. So we'll see. Best thing I use for it is one of the dials is my Discord. You can push the dial to go through everyone in the channel and adjust their volumes individually. Is it easier to do it that way or to right click on their name and then control their volume? That's what I'm curious about. You know what I mean? Because then, like, once it's set, if you have a mixer board like myself, like the mixer board I use, which I don't recommend it yet because I feel like they, let's see, Rode Procaster 2. So this right here is what I have, and I don't like, they advertise it for streaming. The problem that I have with this mixer is a lot of the things that I want to do with it. It has a bunch of different channels, but compare this to the Go XLR that is no longer in date when it comes to streaming. They already said, like, the company is no longer doing any updates for it. The problem I have is that they advertise this for streamers, and I do use it for streaming. It's a very advanced software, and it's good for podcasts. They have a bunch of different outlets in the back, as you can see here, where you can plug up multiple mics and instruments. It'd be fantastic for podcasts, and it can even record itself because you can put in an SD card. The problem I have is this right here. There is two micro USB-C slots, right? And you can plug this into your computer. And when it comes to, like, mixing, the first channel I have for my mic, the second's for the game, the third one's for Discord, the yellow one's for my system. These other two channels, like, I can actually pull up the software because when you're going and routing everything into this thing, it's listed as $600, right? The problem I have is when you're going through all of the routing, there's only so much you can do with it, right? So, like, my routing, right, that I have it set up, which took forever to set up because there's so much to learn, and this is very, very advanced. The problem I have, like, it comes with really cool, like, sound effects. You can change your voice, you can, like, record things, and that's nice. But you don't have, like, their digital software isn't like Go XLR, where it has multiple digital channels that you can switch to. It's all hardware based, which means I would have to plug in something into it. Like, there's only two micro USB-Cs on the back of it, which means that I can only do so much unless I hardline it in. So unless, yeah, like a PC setup, like, sure, like, this thing would be great for that. I still feel like they have a long way to go when utilizing this. But as far as for streaming, like, the Go XLR was really good. I still have mine. And I liked it because, again, it had more digital channels that I could choose to control all the volumes. And it had 4 channels, like 4, you know, mixers I could choose. And the only reason I wanted this is because it had multiple. But the problem is, as y'all saw in the software, there's only so much I can control. Like, the software, like, you have to control your system. I have to control my mic level, right? Like, I can't choose, I can't add on something else. It has to be hard lined in, you know? So, like, this would be good for podcasts. This would be good for if you're working at music festivals and you're wanting to connect multiple instruments in the back of it. It would be good for something like that. But as far as for streaming, this thing is overkill. This thing is like very, very much so overkill. And I did not know it until I got it and setting everything up. Do I like it? Yes. Do I want more things to be in the software? Absolutely. There's so much more they can do with it. I just don't like the fact that they are advertising it for streamers, when in reality, it's got a long way to go. You know what I mean? That's the bottom line on the Rodecaster Pro 2. There's a lot of different mixers out there that you can use for streaming, and even digital ones that I can recommend that I've used in the past. But as far as it goes, like, you just want the most optimal thing, and it's choosing whether you're doing this full time or if you're doing this as a hobby. Because I've seen a lot of people waste thousands upon thousands of dollars on production, but then when it comes to streaming or recording on YouTube, there's nothing there. And that's kind of unfortunate, you know what I mean? MVK, I'll snap a couple of pics of the desktop app you have to use, and I'll send you in a DM in Discord. Yeah, absolutely. And then I'll make a video on the stream, the Elgato Stream mobile app, and then, yeah, we can go from there. And hopefully I can help you out. My mixer is the same thing. My only real complaint is the labels for the pads is too small to read. I mean, yeah, I guess that could be one, you know. That one is not too much of a upsetting thing to, like, defer me from getting something. I could imagine having a 2-PC setup, though. There's so many things you'd have to do with all the updates and everything. That's a nightmare. I have a nightmare just with one, let alone two. You can only use the Unity software as a premix for digital inputs. See, and I don't even use premix. I use custom. Custom, it just works for me. And everyone's setup is going to be different. It's 80s there, but that can be built out in updates. Exactly. 80%. Yeah, I would say like the Rodecaster is like 80% there. If like, especially when it comes to mics, when you can press the button and you can change and tune your microphone to be like perfect audio, it's amazing. Hey, Micro, welcome on in. How we feeling? How we doing? eBay is a graveyard of used streaming equipment from people that went all in and realized it wasn't for them. Yeah. So true. So true. Great to see you, man. Thank you for stopping on in, though. Someone say 2-PC setup? Yeah, Real Wills was talking about it. No, we're just doing Q&As on like OBS and streaming equipment, lighting, cameras, and everything in between. If you need help, then I'm also getting some ideas for future content because I want this YouTube channel to be two things. Moving from today forward, I enjoy doing game reviews. I did a game review on the latest update, No Man's Sky. Really enjoyed making the video. It turned out really well. YouTube Shorts are still going to be clips that I edit from Twitch and potentially like from the OBS classes. And number 3, the OBS classes themselves. I really want it to thrive. I understand there's a lot of people on this platform and on other platforms that are teaching OBS. There's a lot of successful ones known as Nutty, Andy Lippy, and Exeldro. Those are the 3 top people to learn a lot from. They do so much with encoding, utilizing StreamerBot, Mix It Up, and so many other programs and plugins to really like 100% like get the content and the utilities that they need for streaming for their audiences. And that's what I'm trying to implement. But I'm also making it to where if you have a question, we have Q&A moments like today's stream has been nothing but Q&A. Instead of me just sitting down and be like, hey, here's this new plugin. Let's go check it out. So I'm hoping that the channel does flourish from those because those are things that I'm very passionate about and things that I want to pursue. I have a long way to go and a lot of learning to go, but I feel like, you know, in the future, we can definitely get there. The initial set is far more obnoxious than the updates with 2 PC setups. I cannot imagine, man. Yeah, watch the No Man's Sky vid. Solid work, my dude. Thank you. I appreciate that, Micro. If y'all don't know, Micromanager is another content creator and good friend of mine. He also has a YouTube channel. Check him out. He does a really good job. I'm proud of your YouTube channel, man. You've been really killing it. Really have. I have the digital mixer, so some of my programs are set to only go to one channel that only I hear. And that's the thing is, like, you're setting up your, like, mixer and everything, like, I'm the guy, like, not like these other YouTubers, like, hey, here's the best settings, or here's the best thing. Because that's clickbait, it's wrong, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to promote something that I don't fully know of either, and I never will ever admit to knowing 100% of something. As much as I've messed around with open broadcasting softwares, multiple, I've used them, a lot of them. I've utilized Streamlabs, OBS, what was that other one? There was one that was really weird that I really don't like. It's actually worse than Slobs. I'm trying to remember which one it was, but I downloaded it and I was like, you know, messing around. I was like, this isn't even worth a video. It really wasn't. It was just garbage. Thanks, dude. Worst part is battling the ADHD and not burning out. Honestly, like, that's the biggest struggle when it comes to content creating in general. Can't confirm. And Micromanager, yeah, it's just Micromanager, same name everywhere, just like me. Yep, same exact thing. That's where you can check him out. Yeah, it was XSplit. I tried out XSplit. It was actually, like, I was really disappointed, like, with their, like, OBS is the only one, like, I get that OBS has problems still. Like, I still have OBS crashes, mainly because of certain plugins that don't play nice with each other, and if you don't update them, then your software is going to crash, right? So, nothing's really perfect, you know? Like, you're still going to have technical issues, but with those technical issues, they also have a dedicated Discord server that they are always willing to help you out in. I go there quite often, talking to all of the OBS support team, trying to learn as much as possible, and then I can come over here to the OBS classes live or the recording videos, and then I could spread the knowledge that I've actually gotten from the devs that constantly are trying to make it where OBS is just clean, it supports, and it goes well. The one big thing that I want to, like, talk about real quick is the encoder. We're about to get to a new age when it comes to streaming, especially when it comes to Twitch. If you go to your settings, you'll notice that if I go to output, and then I go to advanced, right? Like, you'll see, like, all these things, like audio encoder, video encoder, and everything else. They're getting the audio encoder this one's been used for a really long time, and I'm excited because they're about to release a new audio encoder where audio will be absolutely seamless and it'll just sound so much better. The other big thing on top of that, like with output and everything else, is going to AV1. AV1 is something that you can only utilize for recording. It is absolutely amazing, right? It is absolutely wonderful. If I could do AV1 versus like H.264, I would. It's so much cleaner. It's a cleaner encoder and it would solve like a majority of the problems. The only thing is that they're trying to figure out how to make it to where everyone can use it, and it's kind of hard. There's like millions upon millions of streamers like that are live every single day. So personally, that's my geek out moment, talking about like geeky things when it comes to like streaming and everything. But I think it'll be really neat when we're able to like go in and actually make that happen. Quality of life will be much, much, much smoother and easier. Very excited about that. Very. But yeah, if y'all have any more questions, we have a little bit of time left. We got 10 minutes left on our OBS class. So we could just chat it up. It could be, again, it doesn't have to be about OBS. It could be streaming in general. It could be stream decks. It could be changing scenes. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. And Micro, thank you again for stopping on by. And everybody that stopped by the channel, thank you. I appreciate it. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, share. It really does help out a lot, especially on social media and everything else. We do this every other Thursday. I will actually be, after this OBS class, you'll see an upcoming stream, and you can click on the notification bell. It'll say notify. If you click on that, you'll actually, anytime you open up YouTube, you'll see in your little alert box, it'll show when we're going live. It'll be May 9th. So our first OBS class will be the second week of May. Here's a challenge. Uh-oh. Challenge accepted. I'm all about challenges. I love learning. Course Man was doing dishes and saw you on here. I always put YouTube videos on while doing housework. It's good for having background noise. And it's honestly a huge compliment to like any creator when you are able to put on a live stream or a recording and you could just have it in the background. Oh, it's so good. So you know how Nutty has a screen behind him with his bits? Yeah, like he has a separate monitor and he has his bits, and then like he has it set up with a slideshow. Yeah, like the whole bit menu and everything. Absolutely. Yeah, no, it's a solid idea, man. It was like groundbreaking. He even gave credit to the content creator, which I always do. Like, I give credit to Nutty. I give credit to Andy Lippy. I use a lot of their software, a lot of their coding, because I don't do coding. I don't. Like, coding is one thing I would like to get into, but it is something that is really hard to do, especially with StreamerBot, but I'm always trying. My wife's birthmas? Wait, what? What happened? Is your wife's birthday today? Oh, happy birthday. How would I make it so when someone makes a clip to make it autoplay on that screen? So you are asking if someone like goes into your chat, let's say you have a command set up like !clip, right? And you're wondering how you could get on a screen behind you to automatically play that clip. The first things first is, do you have the monitor set up vertically or horizontal? Because if it's a clip, especially a Twitch clip, then you'd have to have it set up horizontal unless you had ATEM vertical that is already set up vertically. Number one. Number two, to have it automatically play like onto that, I would have to mess around, because the way I have mine set up, where if you do !clip on my channel, I set up a webhook that will directly go into Discord and upload that clip. To have it automatically play though, that's a good one. You could automatically. That's coding, man. See, that's why I want to get into coding. There's a friend of mine that does a lot of it, and I could talk to him. He's also on Twitch, the platform. Might be able to make that happen. The only thing I can think of is have the clip auto post to a Discord channel, then set StreamerBot to grab the clip. You could do that. Let me pull up StreamerBot real quick, because now you're like picking at my brain. That's actually a really good question. May 9th? Oh, May 9th is your wife's birthday. Oh. It's coming up. It's coming up. I hope y'all do something special for it. I'm sure you will. Y'all definitely deserve it, man. For sure. As much as you do and as much as she does, absolutely. Let me pull up StreamerBot real quick. You know what StreamerBot needs? A dark mode. I've been saying it ever since it came out. If you use the setup in action, you'll have to forgive mine. This is how you know I have a problem. See, look, there's Andy Lippy right there. The welcome thing. I love that so much. Like when people come to chat and it says skull, I love that so much. You would have to set it up here. Let me add. I'm curious. Testing, opening a clip. I'll put this. I'm gonna make a drop down for OBS class, and then as far as like the queue, I don't know if you have a queue system already set up, but if you do, I would choose your queue system that you have set up in StreamerBot. And then you would have to, I mean, you could leave this open. You could have it as concurrent or random, but you could leave that open. And then as far as like what triggers it to happen, right? So if someone, right? So if we're telling StreamerBot to do this, let's say commands, command triggered. So for me, I would find ! clip, right? So I already have that. So anytime someone does ! clip in your Twitch channel, you would have to set up a webhook to Discord, right? Which I already have one. Like, I think I could show you actually. Let's see. Where do I have that? I believe I have that under, yeah, screenshot to Discord. So like if you go to my channel and you use the channel point to Discord, right? Like if you was to screenshot my face, it'll actually automatically go to my Discord channel. This requires like you to go over here. So I have it to where OBS takes a screenshot and then a Discord basic webhook. So if you go over here, if you right click like in here, you can go over to Discord. I believe it's, let's see, where's it at? It's been a while since I've done this. I'm trying to remember. I think it should be core. It's network. That's OBS. Let me, because there's not one for Discord. It could be, yeah, there it is. Integrations, Discord, basic webhook. If you could do it as a browser source. That's actually a really cool idea. So let's say someone types in ! clip and then you get the webhook for it, right? And then the next action, if you have it set up in a separate scene. No, that's actually really possible, Real Wills. If you have a monitor like behind you, and then let's say you wanted to automatically play that clip, right? And you could turn off the sound. You could make another scene for it. And I don't even know if you like, because then you could set it up with a media player. I honestly think I could probably make that work. If someone types in ! clip and then like the clip plays behind you, you have a separate monitor. And then once it activates, StreamerBot's like, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this clip into this Discord channel. Then the next action, you can set it up to play that clip in StreamerBot. And then when you plays it, you can also say, okay, now I want this OBS source to become visible when a new clip shows up. Set a delay time for 30 seconds, because usually clips are like 30 seconds on Twitch. And then you have the visibility turned off. There you go. Now, because I don't have a monitor in the background, I've always wanted to do something similar, because I've seen, like, obviously Nutty does it, and I don't want to, like, steal his thing. It's like, that's kind of gross. But if you had your monitor set up horizontal, you could absolutely make that happen. Also, speaking of ! clip, do you have to have a special bot if you want the links to automatically show up in your Discord? Yeah. You would need StreamerBot or Mix It Up. The only reason I recommend StreamerBot is because I feel like you could do a lot more with it. Mix It Up is for basic use. Things work. She'll be out of town for another work conference. Oh, Micro, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, whenever she gets back, y'all can celebrate her birthday, though. That would work out, right? You could definitely have it automatically play, though. That could work. No, it could. 100% Real Wills. Because if you go over to StreamerBot and you go to actions, you could tell, like, StreamerBot, after it does, like, the Discord basic webhook, you could tell it, like, you can make an OBS source, right? So I could go to OBS, and you could make a web source. I don't know if it'd be browser source, because, like, the way I did screenshots. Ooh, wait, it would work. You use media source player. No, that would work. That would work, because you would click on media source player. You'd call it ! clip, right? Or you could call it Twitch clip shows monitor or Twitch clip. Yeah, just Twitch clip, right? Then when you save the file, because this is how I did it with my screenshots. If you, I'll show you exactly how I did this actually. So with my screenshots, I told OBS to take a screenshot, and then I made a file path to a random picture, right? So I made a picture. I had to do it one time, and every single time someone redeems that channel point, it takes it from that folder. So imagine you download one of your Twitch clips and you have it set to a dedicated VLC like folder, like a media player folder. You could totally do that. It's the same concept. It's literally the same concept. Because then, yeah, you could definitely do that. There's your idea. And anybody else, like, sure, take it. It's live on YouTube. So yeah, you could definitely do that. That's why I like StreamerBot, because once you make the file path, right? Like, let's say, like what I did, I made this say OBS take this screenshot, right? So yeah, you could do the exact same thing. Like, this one's a screenshot, but instead of a screenshot, you could click on recording, or you could yeah, you could get like a webhook for it. And the way I do it with the clip, here, let me show you. No, you can do this. Watch this. Watch this. This is so cool. So what I did with the clip, it creates a clip, right? So I went over here. It creates the clip. I did the Discord webhook, and then I did a Twitch message, right? Every single time, don't ask me how, but every single time you see a Twitch clip, it'll say %create clip URL %, right? It uses that basic, like, it uses that coding to create a clip. If you grab this with any clip with the same command and you implement the same exact thing that I just said, then you could do that. MVK, you're a legend. Hey, I appreciate it. We figured it out together. Like I said, like, I don't say it because it's a cool saying. You learn, I learn. We just learned something together. How cool is that? It's that simple. Now, granted, what me and Real Wills is talking about, like, sort of seems like advanced and stuff, but like, once you get like into how to do this, there's so many things you can do, right? Like, with StreamerBot, there's so many opportunities. Like, if you wanted something special to happen on your stream, then you could easily make it happen. If you think it, like, it's like when you're a kid, you know how like your imagination's always going on, and it's like, wow, wouldn't it be cool if I could do this? I guarantee you, where there's a will, there's a way. Every single time. Every single time. And that's why I love doing these like live streams. So it's like, you know, we're focusing on these things. So if there's anything that you're wanting for your stream and you're like, wow, I can't do that. That's impossible. It's not. There's so many tools out there nowadays. Like when I started streaming back in 2019, back then, no, it was really hard. You had to do actual scripting in OBS, make scripts for it, and then you had to implement them, or there had to be a plugin that you downloaded. Nowadays, you don't need 50 million plugins. You only need, like, you could use like 5 that do 500 things. And this saves you so much memory. This saves you data. This saves you time. This saves you effort. And it's so easy to update. Witchy, no worries. Hey, you need the nap. No, you're fine. Don't even worry about it, you goober. But yeah. So we just learned something today. We learned how to basically, and you could do this, like, even if you don't want to do the monitor side of it. If someone did a clip, I'm going to use this, Real Wills. I might DM you as well on Discord. I have you added on Discord. If I don't, we'll make that happen. I would like to collab with you on something that we could potentially release together, because I don't want to take all the credit. But I think it'd be cool if, like, you had a I'm gonna spout out a free idea. All right, so feel free to use it. I think it'd be cool, like, if you had a scene where if someone did ! clip, that it shows up as a nested scene on whatever scene you're on, and it showed that clip. And then you could, like, make a scene dedicated to, like, oh, hey, this just happened. Well, let's watch this. And it'd be really cool for people that play games like Apex Legends, and you could, like, make a replay, like, sort of event thing happen instead of using replay buffer, because that requires so much things, like, for it to happen. But utilizing StreamerBot, anytime someone presses ! clip in chat, it clips that moment, sends it to Discord, then you have it set up where in OBS, it shows up like a source, right? That, like, literally just happened, and then you can showcase it to your community. You could literally do that. Because all you need is this right here. Yeah. Yeah, replay buffer is such a resource hog, but instead of doing replay buffer on OBS, if you want to do like an instant replay, you could use this for like tournaments. If you host tournaments, you could use this for first-person shooters, third-person shooters, battle royales. This is actually a really big concept. Really big concept. I need to show you the mess that is my quest command. It's using my copy and paste code, and it's like 4 text files on my PC. There's likely an easier way. I can sit down. Yeah, we can make something happen. If you ever also, feel free to add, like, not add me on Discord, but message me. I don't accept friend requests because, you know, we have a dedicated Discord server for that. And you can also find that on my twitch.tv/MadVikingKing. I stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays at 6 p.m. U.S. Eastern Standard Time. I really do enjoy, like, doing these things, though. Like, helping y'all, like, find easier ways when it comes to, you know, streaming, content creating, and make all your ideas actually come to life. And then make it easier when it comes to interacting with your audience and making unique things that's only for your channel. That is what I strive to do every single time. So if I can find something, if I can research plugins to make your life easier, I definitely will. And while I'm wrapping things up, because we're a little bit over our time on the OBS class, again, I just want to preference, there is something I did come across that if you want to go check it out, you're more than welcome to. There's a OBS plugin that came out in March, and this is to all of you that play Call of Duty or games that are very high intensive, where like you're playing a game, but you notice on your stream your webcam is starting to pixelate, and it's because Twitch doesn't allow us to go above 6,000 bitrate. And on YouTube, you can go way, way higher, and that's why the quality looks so much better. And like this is like a really cool thing. It came out, I believe, in March. Yeah, it came out in March, this plugin did. And you can find it over on obsproject.com. So let me show you that real quick. This plugin is called the Encoder Region of Interest Editor, right? So when you download it, you can actually choose on the screen, like what is your priority of interest. So you're not losing any quality. The problem that I do see with this and known issues that the dev did say is that they had quick sync that may cause crashes when stopping the encoder, and then some internal calculations that are optimized for 264 16 by 16 block size that may not display or work. I want to make a video on this. I think it'd be kind of cool to like see like what this thing can do, because I've noticed that like nobody wants loss of quality when we're playing games and we're interacting with our communities. And to have this kind of tool, I think would be a really big game changer. You know, obviously you can't go too high on the priority. It says like some people have already downloaded it and they're saying like if you crank it up too high, everything looks pixelated. So again, trial and error. It's content creating. Like when you download something, anything, you just got to mess around and see what works best for your PC, your setup, because your setup's going to be different than mine. And that's what makes it unique. But man, like, if you could capitalize on this, if you could like make it to where your picture is just clean cut, that'd be cool. One of my friends that's really big into plugins sent me this today, and I'm thinking about like doing something with this. So there's gonna be a couple videos that come out. It's gonna be the Elgato Stream mobile app. Prissy was asking that in chat today. I'm gonna make a video on that where you can utilize Stream Deck on your phone, tablet. You do have to subscribe per month. I think it's $2.99 USD per month. And then it's like $24.99 like per year, which overall, if you're investing into your own business as a content creator, trying to elevate your streaming experience and making it easier, whether that's changing scenes, maybe it's changing some of your sources or adjusting volume, and you can use it on so many things. This is not only just for streaming. My cousin does a lot of Zoom meetings. He works from home sometimes, and I was telling him that, hey, you can utilize this for your work. He does nothing that's like creating content wise. It's literally just like, oh, I can do this in my work. I can change the volume. I can mute it. I can end calls. I can join calls. And it makes life a lot easier to have that ease of access, because in today's society, we're very short attention span, especially with YouTube shorts and TikToks. We're just constantly doing this and getting hyper fixated. If you're trying to make life easier, that's why technology comes out like this. And you could write that off anyways. Yeah, and that's another tax write-off too. Yeah, it's pretty great, I'm not gonna lie. I could toss it down, Stream Keyer. Yeah, exactly. Stream Keyer, like, there's a lot of ones that's come out over the years, but I like how they compressed a lot of the plugins, because you have to make sure any plugin you download, make sure to update it. Andy Lippy, great YouTube content creator that I definitely am inspired by, as well as Nutty. Both of them are fantastic. Definitely go check out their YouTube channels and their Twitch content. They are heavily endowed when it comes to making these kind of videos and doing these things. My goal is to make something unique where if you want to learn it, you can learn it on our live streams. And I'm going to completely redo basic OBS setups. It's not the best. It's not the best because that's just clickbait. If you ever see like best stream settings or whatever, it's a lie. It's just clickbait. Yeah, it might have thousands upon thousands of views, but the way I talk about it, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's based off of your PC setup. I can tell you what each functionality does and what the settings mean, but it's up to you to go out there, press that go live button or go record, and I will try to give you what you are truly wanting, which is the best quality and the best content for you and your audience. That's what makes what I do so unique and what I'm really passionate about on this channel. And I truly hope it thrives. Again, we do this every other Thursday. So the next OBS class, I'm going to go ahead and set it up and I'll schedule it. You can go ahead and you can see it on the YouTube channel. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends. If they truly want to get into this industry, it is massively growing and it's constantly changing. And we're going to be talking about all the latest and greatest updates that do come out and improvements so you can stay up to date on your content creating journey. But with that being said, I do have to head out. It's time for me to get ready and prep for dinner. And then I have some meetings later on today. So whatever you decide to do when it comes to creating content, know that you are only limiting yourself. We're our own worst critic. I've been doing this for almost 5 years. And the route and path of direction that we're going on this channel is two things. Number one, I would love to do more game reviews on games that I'm passionate about, new game updates. I'm going to be doing videos on that. Number two, it's going to be OBS classes and OBS tips and tricks that I can give. Again, I'll be redoing all of them, updating them to 15-minute to 17-minute videos. They will all have individual chapters so you can skip through the video wherever you like. And the YouTube shorts are going to be dedicated to my Twitch channel because I do stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays at 6 p.m. U.S. Eastern Standard Time. take a seat, prop your feet, stop by the tavern, even if you just need some background noise. We do have a lot of fun with variety gaming content there, as well as doing a lot of mad hot takes where you can join us in the Discord. We do a lot of community events such as karaoke nights, community game nights, and even movie nights. It's a cozy kind of feeling, and that's why I've always wanted a tavern kind of feel, because every time you go to a pub or anytime you're, hanging out with friends, there's that cozy environment that has so much life. You leave your worries at the door, you stop on by. Thanks for today's class. It won't be next week, it'll be the week after, May 9th. Feel free to mark it on your calendars, or like I said, if you give me some time after the stream, I will be going ahead and updating that upcoming broadcast. You can click on the notification bell and you will see an alert show up on your YouTube. Feel free to join the Discord as well. All the links are in the description down below. Enjoy the rest of y'all's day. Stay classy, stay you, and know that we're on this content creating journey together. Thank you so much for stopping by. And as always, I'll see you next time. Take care, everybody.